I'd like to call this planning commission for the month of April 4th to order. And we should all rise and say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll go with the roll call as where is a very unique arrangement here. Carl?
I'm here, present on via Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Carl. David Smith, present. Randy Thomas, present.
I have received a written resignation from Commission Chair Crouch. And so his seat should be declared vacant as well. So that we can entertain filling his seat.
I would like to go over the approval of the minutes. You think we should talk about that now? Or during the time, at this time with the three of us, with Carl, David and I,
I'm sorry, what was the question?
about the voting for chair or whoever might.
Well, I think a simple motion declaring the seat vacant would be in order. And the three vote and just declare that the seat is vacant.
That's the chair seat or his
The chair's
is vacant.
Commissioner Crouch's seat is
Yeah.
vacant.
I make a motion to Commissioner Crouch's chair is vacant.
I'll second that.
Make a call.
And a vote would be nice.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Thank you.
Carries. Mr. Crouch is now out. You're out of there, buddy. On the next thing, our approval of the March 7th minutes. Do we have a planning commission?
public comment first.
Oh, well, I didn't know we were gonna do, oh, forgive me. Now, this is my first run at this for a while. So I look out there and you guys are all pretty kind of people. Other than what's going on here, is there, and we're gonna have all of our comments brought up to the podium. Okay, so if you have some comments or things that you'd like to put out for, come to the podium and state your name and take a few minutes and we'll go from there. Okay, any public comments? Okay,
Any on Zoom?
Nope.
well, I'll take it our public hearing on those, comments will be achieved as nothing. And I expect in the meetings ahead that you do have comments. That's your homework. Next online would be the approval of the March 7th Planning Commission minutes. Any approval for you? Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Carl?
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with them.
Okay. Can we have a approved motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the March 7th, 2024 Planning Commission minutes.
I
Second.
second.
Okay, it's been seconded. All right, now we're back down here to,
No, and a vote.
vote, yes. Forget about this, not a communist thing. This here would be, I would vote,
Yes, for the approval of the
minutes.
I just lost my video.
Can you hear us now, Carl?
No, he can hear us, but something just happened here on the video side. Hang on. Evidently, if you don't stay active on it,
All in favor, say aye for approving the minutes.
I
Aye.
Aye. Negative, I see none.
There we go, we're back.
The next is the review of the draft food truck ordinance for the future council agenda. I know we have talked about that, Rick, on the ordinance. And so we're gonna pick up off after the time from our last meeting.
Well, you should have in your packet what the status was as of the end of your discussion last meeting. And I thought your intent tonight was to review it, see if there's any more changes you want to do to it before we consider it a completed draft, at which time I would then notify the Department of Land Conservation and Development and give them a copy of your completed draft. And in about 60 days, we would have a hearing at the Planning Commission level on that completed draft. If you're ready to move forward and consider what you've done complete, then that's fine. If you want to discuss it more, that's also an option. If you want to set it aside until you have a full commission and then move forward, that's also an option. So it's up to the three of you to either approve, modify it, or table it, whichever the three of you decide you want to do.
Rick? Rick,
Yes,
I'm under the impression that you had is that we were going to review it again tonight after those changes were made.
that was the intent of tonight's agenda, yes.
Yes.
Are we allowing public comment on this?
Well, let's review it amongst ourselves and then if there's comment. I suppose we could, but yes, I think it's also gonna be talked about and then it's going to be discussed with, for the public hearing.
Well, I have no objection to holding off until we have a full commission to review it.
I totally agree with that. David? David, I know you have some questions and it would be good to input.
Having a full council or a commissioner would be good. I think we could probably address a few of my concerns, maybe at the same time, three of us, that I have with this. Like what zones for temporary building trailers under C, kiosks, mobile food units and other structures. And under one, locations. In what zones, we're not specific what zones they say. Number 10, utilities, internal combustion engines, generators is not permitted. That I think has to be stricken again. Building code shouldn't even be in there for a mobile food unit. And duration of placement, 3 to 6 months. Mobile food units are mobile. And that goes to conversion of a transient business. The mobile food unit is mobile, it needs to stay mobile, period. That's what they are designed for. You're not permanently hooking them up to a location. So,
Well, that is that's your observation. That's
Yeah.
what you're thinking. I would like to have a, and we'll note it. I would like to have the opportunity to have inclusive of a couple more so that we can have a little more in-depth to it. So the idea that they're here and they will, and everybody, most everybody knows that we can get this thing down, especially till the next meeting.
we can get it to our council, our new council and get it
Yes,
going.
yes. Rick?
I'd like to remind that really the next step isn't the council, it's notification to the Oregon Department of Land Conservation and
And
Development.
then 60 days.
Because we have to give them notice prior to the Planning Commission having a hearing on this. It's either 30 or 45 days, I gotta look it up, but I have to have a document to send them.
Send them.
Well, I need a draft, you can change the draft all you want at the
Right.
public hearing, but I need a document to send to the state of Oregon and give them notice of 30 or 45 days.
So-
And then you can have the planning commission public hearing on that document. And at that point, you could again make whatever changes you want.
I'm good with that. I'm good with sending this as a draft, so we could get the ball rolling, because we can change it at any time. For you to submit it. I mean,
That is an option.
That's a workable draft. Is that what I'm understanding?
You can either send this as a draft, or you can wait till you have a full commission, change the draft around a little bit and send that.
I would
That's your
like to
choice.
have draft made up with the full commission.
I'd like to have it a draft made up of the full commission.
Are you okay with that, Carl?
Yes, the full commission.
Okay,
Oh, let's see.
well, today we're gonna be having an important part here, and we're all anticipating different things on the interviews and recommendations that we would make to the city council of candidates for the planning commission. We would interview them here, and then the one we would, or the two that we would choose would then be brought forward to the city council for recommendation and put it on, so. I'm thinking that the way we would do this, should we do this, and we've done it before in our commission, getting various people, is that we would have one of the applicants here and the other ones would be, so that we would just kind of like being, you're in that room while we interview here in a public setting of what we want to see. And then we're going to ask questions, and we're going to rate them. That's basically how it is. And then we will take, from my understanding, Rick, we would make our choices for submittal to the council. Is that correct?
Yeah, recommendation of the council.
Recommendations, yes. So I'm thinking that our two open seats, we have candidates as of March 26th. Mary Gray, Karen Crouch, and Sarah Coates. Do the commissioners have any questions on this? Is it okay for that procedure to continue? Carl?
Yeah, fine.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So we're going to have a form that we have here. We're going to then ask the applicants to we'll figure out which one, I mean, it doesn't matter who wants to volunteer first for the part of the interview. Okay, Mary.
It's like one of
My
the
glasses
principal's
gotta
office.
go. I thought- It's that old age now I got now.
So where do you want me?
I'm thinking at the podium. Now at the podium, do you think it's okay or she said
Well, I
here?
set this up with them.
I like it right there because I feel like I'm in a Senate thing. Yeah.
Thank you. It's like one of the principal's office. I can't sit up my chair and hang out and you can't copy them.
Thank you, Sarah.
I'm taking notes on me.
You taking notes? Good, take notes. So each of the commissioners have this in their personage. And Carl, you have the information in front of you.
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you have any questions concerning the scoring sheet? as
No, I
well? Hmm,
No, I don't.
okay. Is that, Rick, did we have that where it's, I think it was on one of the,
I sent it, I emailed it to them.
yeah, it should be on your email, Carl. As far as well as the interview questions.
Yeah, I got it.
And it also has the, our score sheet.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna use those particularly in our own mind of how we felt the interview went, based on the questions asked and how they were answered. Okay. And I will probably have you redo the, first four, Carl. if you would like, and David, the second, 4, and I'll do the final, which would be 12, which would be 4 questions each.
Done on all three?
Yes, there's for all 3 of us.
Okay.
Carl, do you
That's a
have it?
that's a lot of questions to ask an interviewee.
Well, then let's skip every second one then.
Let me pick them.
Okay, so Carl asked, you have 1 to 4 to pick 2 out of the 4.
Okay, hold on a minute. Well, I guess the first one would be, number 1, which is, as an introduction, please tell us about yourself and tell us why you are interested in this position.
Well, I'm Mary Gray. I live here in Lakeside. I've been on the planning commission for a little over 3 years. I took someone else's place. I enjoyed that. I'm also on the budget committee for the Lakeside Water. I think just doing due diligence and professional ethics will get you through this. We have a good crew to work with.
Carl, you got it, does that answer the question for you, Carl?
Okay. As a planning commission, how much of your resources is spent assisting the success of a project versus regulating and restricting a project?
It says, as a planning commission, as Carl's saying, how much of your resources is spent assisting the success of a project versus regulating and restricting a project?
Well, I think you have to do your due diligence. I work hard on that, doing the homework. Restricting, I think it should be. Doesn't matter who it is that's applying for a easement or a setback, whatever. It should be fair across the board. If you can help someone, you help them. If you can't.
Carl, you okay with that?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, thank you, Carl. We're gonna go with David on the choose between 5 and 8, two of them.
What is the next update needed for our city's planning code book?
We just updated the codes.
So what's next? What is the next update needed for our city's planning code?
Probably an abatement officer here in Lakeside. That's one of the necessary things we need.
Since Lakeside does not have a tax base and does not receive property tax from municipal operations, is it better for Lakeside not to develop and grow or to develop and grow?
Develop and grow. Definitely.
David?
Yes.
Okay, from 9 to 12 is mine. Do you have any knowledge of land use ordinances?
Yes, I do.
Some?
Mhm.
Okay, like, give me an example.
The development of Rachel Estates. I was instrumental with Darren Weathers on that. I owned a business here in Lakeside. And I worked on the planning commission, so it gave me a good insight on the situation.
I also have another one, and most of these questions are perfect for you, but I'm not gonna ask the easy ones for you. What is the city's comprehensive plan and why do we have one?
Comprehensive plan. Help get this city to grow. Work together. We need more of that in Lakeside. The city is divided.
Do you have any questions to ask us?
No.
Okay, well, this concludes your interview. That was painless.
Yeah, it was painless.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Thanks for considering.
Thank you.
Oh, come on, Mike.
There's no signal.
Good job. We don't get to know what's going on in your signal.
There's no signal.
Well, there's no signal up there. I've got a signal on my laptop. It's recording, but I don't know what.
Can you hear Carl?
Carl, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you and I got a video, but it's sideways.
Yes, it is.
Do I look skinnier? Just thought I asked.
No, we can go ahead and proceed. It's recording for the record, so we're okay. It's just not showing up on the screen.
Okay, let's allow our next applicant to come in.
You want me to go out? Already? We did before.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's right.
We don't want you to scare. Are we gonna have Sarah Coates come in? Think about him.
Oh, man, you're in for it. They love it.
Something to remind me.
Let's save some good ones.
Okay.
Oh, even better. Amen.
Carl, again, we're going to go out of 1 from 4,
Right.
asking 2 of those, so you go ahead.
We're going to ask the same ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to ask the same questions.
Good deal.
Yep. Okay, number one, as an introduction, please tell us about yourself and tell us why you are interested in this position.
Oh. Yeah, so hi, Sarah Coates. I'm interested in this position because I want to be involved with the city somewhere and I lost as mayor. And so this is a good second choice. I've also applied to planning, 2, 3 other times in the past. So I feel like I'm talking to a ghost of hell. So, yeah, why not planning? I can serve the community one way or another, I guess.
Carl.
Okay, the next one is, as a planning commission, how much of your resources is spent assisting the success of a project versus regulating and restricting a project?
Oh, boy. That's a hard question, guys. How much time is spent? Wouldn't it be about
How much are your resources? Yeah, it could be time's resource.
time to resource? Well, I would think while you're working on something, it'd be 100% of your resources and your time. Maybe split equally? I'm not 100% sure of the question. I would think if you're working on something, you'd be doing everything you possibly could at that time. So I guess it'd be just 100% of everything you could.
No, that's fine with me. How about everybody else?
Yes,
Not the best
Yeah.
answer, but it's an answer at least, right?
So we're having to ask the same questions out of the 4.
to get the spirit of the. Yes.
Okay. What is the next update needed for our city's planning code book?
I think we need to work on a ordinance for our transient campers and visitors to get them off of our public streets and into a designated area per the Oregon State Code.
Thank you. Since Lakeside does not have a tax base and does not receive property tax from a municipal operation, is it better for Lakeside not to develop and grow or to develop and grow?
Develop and grow. It's silly not to. More people means more money, more taxes, more everything.
Can I answer that question?
Mhm.
On the question that David asked,
Yeah.
what is it that you yourself? Because a lot of these are basically yes and no, but I'm gonna get a little deeper in your thought here. And I just want to know, since the tax base and the property,
Mhm.
how can we make it better, yes or no? Projections on how we can promote or not promote, things like that.
Oh, well, I mean, we're kind of moving in the right direction. The ATVs have proven to bring in more transient taxes, more hotels, more everything. That budget, I believe, is getting more money put into it. Yearly, it's increasing. So that's a step in the right direction, but we also need to promote and use other parts of Lakeside. We could be promoting the lake more, trying to bring back we used to have a bunch of events, speedboats and all kinds of stuff, and we quit doing that way before COVID. But we could be promoting the other aspects of Lakeside too, not just the ATV.
I'm good.
Okay.
That was too easy.
And my question is, I mean, and these are really simple ones, is do you have knowledge of land use ordinances?
I'm not sure. I know, yeah, no, I use the code book daily. It's in my truck. I drive around with it, so. It's literally part of my job to know both county, state, and city zoning ordinances and all that good stuff, so. If I didn't, I'd be in trouble.
And finally, and I asked is, what is the city's comprehensive plan? And why do we have one? And what do you think about it? Or what can we do about it better?
I don't know too much about our comprehensive plan. It's not something I've done a lot of homework into. I mostly just worry about the stuff I'm concerned about. Everything has room for improvement. I'm sure it's probably really outdated, just like our ordinances, probably not updated since 86 when all the other stuff was updated. So I'm sure it could probably be completely rewritten and changed in some aspect. Or it could be really awesome and not have to change at all. I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm never really worried too much about the comprehensive.
I find that in the planning commission's role, we are constrained to the ordinances and the various codes. And, we can't go beyond that.
Yeah.
And step out into things that won't make us have any kind of bearing and effect on it.
Right.
So sometimes might kind of frustrate or, we can just, those are just things in my mind is thought of.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, not really. Like I said, this is like the third or fourth time I've applied for planning, so.
Sure.
I got a pretty good understanding of it, and I have a good understanding of how Lakeside functions. Like I said, it's part of my job, so. Yeah, I understand that planning is very hard, and I know it's like the first step to getting anything done in the town. And so it's kind of a good essential role to be a part of.
Okay. Well, unless there's other questions, commissioners, of any other information you want to ask,
Does Carl want to hit me for another part?
we could have Sarah take the door again and have Karen come in.
I'm fine.
Okay. David?
I'm fine.
Okay, we're fine.
Like talking to the Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Come on in, Karen. You back, Karen? You can sit here at the chair. Is it easier for you? Yes, I know. I know.
Thank you.
You need to have, I need it. So thank you. So Karen, we have some questions that we're going to ask. And we've divided into 3 sections. Each of us will ask 2 of the questions out of the 4. And they're going to be the same questions so that we can be fair on our approach to answering such. So without further ado, somewhere out there, I will let Carl start off with questions.
Okay, my first question is, as an introduction, please tell us about yourself and tell us why you are interested in this position.
My name is Karen Crouch. I live in Lakeside on Council Hill. We moved here in late 2018. My husband, Mark, who you all know, retired at that point, and I kept working. And I am retiring at the end of this month. Hooray.
Yeah, hooray.
So I do have some free time on my hands, and I've always cared about what he did when he was on the planning commission. So I knew that there was going to be an open spot, and I felt a certain responsibility to try to fill it. Not as chair, but just on planning.
Okay. As a planning commission, how much of your resource is spent assisting the success of a project versus regulating and restricting a project?
Like per month? That's what I'm assuming.
Or just
During-
general. Go ahead, Carl.
I was just gonna say, during your duties of the planning commission.
I think I wrote on my application that I was willing to do 20 to 40 hours per month, but whatever it takes to
Yeah.
get the job done, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. David, next.
What is the next update needed for our city's planning code book?
I actually have no idea. I mean, we have code enforcement issues in the city and I don't know. I know that there has to be some changes there with regard to the hearings and that were written in recently. But I'm not sure whether that's more of a city council thing or a planning commission thing.
Since Lakeside does not have a tax base and does not receive property tax for municipal operations, is it better for Lakeside not to develop and grow or to develop and grow, and how?
I think that's something that has to be decided by a community and not just by a commission. I think you need a lot of community input and involvement to make that decision of what the residents want. I do feel that there were certain decisions made without citizen input, and I didn't agree with them.
Thank you.
Okay, my turn. Do you have any knowledge of land use?
I do. I've been taking some courses. So online, I believe it was done by the LOC. And I also used to hold a California broker's license, so I know about land situation and sales, and I had to take 6 courses because I already had a college degree. So I had to take 6 courses and then I passed the test to be a broker because I didn't want to work for someone else. I just wanted the knowledge. And I've worked majority of my life with real estate in various aspects, a lot of it being legal aspects and negotiating leases and doing other things.
And to add on to this, as far as the knowledge, are you analytical of items that are brought forward? Is your decision based on information that's with you or based on ordinances that says it is? Or do you pepper it with other?
I think you have to follow the law, but if you as a group find problems with the law, then you can work together, to possibly change it, but you do have to follow the law.
And finally, the question that's here is, what is the city's comprehensive plan and why do we have one?
All cities have a comprehensive plan, so you know how things are going to be developed and where your boundaries are and what goes where, and that you, if you have transportation needs, that you're taking that into account. How much businesses and where you're going to allow properties to be developed. I don't think we have any developed property that's left to be developed. So, but the comprehensive plan should be, as the name implies, comprehensive, like everything about the city that's written down, and everybody can go take a look at it and be involved.
Good. Do you have any questions for us as a commission?
Not really.
Okay, I'm glad. Well, Karen, thank you so much for letting us drill you on these parts. And
Thank you.
it's not an inquisition anymore.
All right.
Because it's the new commission.
All
Do you have any questions, David?
Not anymore.
Carl?
No, not me.
Okay,
You said we were only allowed to ask.
I know, but I'm still stepping out a little bit. Okay, thank you, Karen. Rick, are we gonna be having our, discussions? Or do we hand you these totals and what do you think?
I'm suggesting you sort of do your math, and really the process is that somebody makes a motion for one of the candidates and you make a motion.
Relax for a moment, folks, we're counting.
What was that?
We're counting, Carl, our,
They're adding up scores, Commissioner, and then someone's going to hopefully make a motion. I'm suggesting you take them one at a time based upon someone you want to make a motion for.
I'll make a motion to approve, Mary, Gray.
To have them in here. You can't make a motion yet. They're not.
but you gotta do up the scores as well, I would reckon.
What?
They have to be in here.
Why does it matter? Why are they out?
How are we doing this?
We were doing the interview. Now they should be back brought in, I thought.
Would you be so kind as to invite everybody into the room?
Unless you're having a fun party out there.
That sounds like it.
So, Rick, was this,
Okay, we got a motion from, I'm sorry,
I'm questioning the,
process.
adding of the figures, total
They're,
scores.
they're just for you to,
Good, good, I know you got you.
it's for the three of you to have some kind of thought processes as to who you wish to make a motion for. There is
Can
a
we,
motion.
can we have a little discussion?
Yes,
Okay, I've got something that has been on my mind for the week since we've been going through this. And to me, it may be legal, but there's something that I don't think is ethical. And that is the fact that I don't care what Karen's knowledge is of and all that. I just think that it's not ethical for her to be on the commission while her husband is mayor.
I agree. Well, that's pretty pertinent. Everybody thinks that. I remember we had a situation before. It's unfortunate. So as far as Karen's concerned, you all then are saying that out of the three of us, you are voting, let's say, do we have a motion for Karen?
I have a motion to deny Karen application as planning commissioner.
Well, you already have a motion on the floor right now.
Were we talking about Mary or were we talking about?
Might I suggest as your parliamentarian that you deal with the motion that's on the floor and then have any other further discussion. Right now you have a motion on the floor to appoint Mary Gray. It's waiting for a second
I second.
and a vote or conversation would be in order.
Carl, have you said your piece?
Yeah.
Okay, and your,
I made the motion for Mary.
second,
Yes,
okay, all in favor of Mary?
I.
Aye.
Okay. No.
You're in trouble.
I'm never gonna get a haircut from her again. She's gonna-
Yeah, I'm gonna get right next to him.
The motion passes 2-1. So you still have one vacancy left and a motion would be in order.
I make it, that's the other one. I make a motion to nominate Sarah Coates.
I
as
second it.
planning-
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have. And did we already discuss Sarah, Karen?
I didn't hear the results of that vote.
Oh, it was 2-1.
Who's the no vote?
Me,
Oh, I thought you no voted me.
you two.
Nobody, nobody. Karma, there's karma.
So the motion passes 2-1.
Okay. You know the procedure here. I know my tires will not be flat. And now we have Karen. Did we discuss Karen as?
Well, you filled the two empty seats, so there's no need for any kind.
Okay, well, the motion passes with these different participants. Congratulations. We will now take the candidates of Mary Gray and Sarah Coates to recommend them to the city council. Do we send them on to them?
Yes, I'll write a letter advising the council as to your recommendation.
Okay.
Sure.
You know, I'm gonna set up here for a moment too, if I may, stop here as far as our opinions and questions. And we're just gonna do it from the audience, do not have to get up and do any. Is there questions that anyone has concerning our meeting here tonight? That was perfect.
First one always is.
Yeah. Good job. Okay, our planning commission May meeting agenda. That is our next one.
You should have a full commission at your May meeting,
Yes.
so
And that
I'm
was on-
suggesting your final review and adjustments to the food ordinance, so we can continue that would be an appropriate agenda, unless you have other agenda items you want to add.
I think that would be the perfect one in order to finalize something we've been working very hard on. And needs the feeling of a full commission would make it all the more legitimate and valid. And then we can proceed later on then to our food truck, get that particular issue done and over with, so we can work on other items. I know our items ahead of us is our camping ordinance that I'd like to go over as well. But again, those are all going to be done with the full commission. So our commission, with our next meeting is going to be on the May 2nd. Does staff have any comments about this particular meeting tonight?
No, I mean, it is fantastic. It was nice that we were able to make the adjustment with one commissioner having higher priorities and for us to be able to conduct business. We could have tabled the meeting if there were higher priorities that needed to be taken care of, but I think it all worked out well.
Thank you, Carl, for being on Zoom for us. We really appreciate that.
That was no problem. That was my intention all along.
Glad we were. David, I mean, we're talking about comment. Do you have any?
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Sarah. Look forward to you being on here. You too, Mary. Thank you all for coming and thank you people on Zoom. Thank you, Carl.
Okay,
Well, then, as of this moment, meeting is adjourned. Wanted to do that.
I always wanted that camera. Give me that camera. No, I don't. There's